And here is an example of one plausible energy mix that combines additional fossil capacity with nuclear capacity and renewable capacity built on a base of energy efficiency. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia is basing the deployment of nuclear and renewable energy as part of a sustainable energy mix on international best practice of regulatory framework. The principal tenets of our nuclear energy plan are putting safety first and safety always, maintaining transparency, promoting exclusively civilian nuclear power deployment, engaging always in a collaborative effort, and employing the highest standards of security, safeguards, and operation. We have carefully studied various deployment architecture for the proposed energy mix. For the nuclear energy, we are benefiting from our study of the IAEA 19 attributes and the 200 sub-attributes that inform and guide the development of civilian nuclear power program in Saudi Arabia. We are also in the process of developing the national policy statement and nuclear enabling law and regulations. And in recognizing the value of nuclear structured approach to the regulatory framework development, we have also developed a similar robust scheme for renewable energy introduction to the Saudi energy ecosystem. Now, to ascertain that the introduction of the proposed alternative energy mix is carried out in a most sustainable manner, we have conducted a cost-benefit analysis of many plausible scenarios that were considered, starting with capital cost and adding operation and maintenance, and offsetting the required investment by the value of oil saved is the cornerstone in this analysis. This simple cost-benefit analysis with CapEx and OpEx cost components and oil savings as the only benefit components form the bottom line case for assessing the economics of introducing alternative energy. And in formulating the analysis, the variables we considered were technology readiness and cost, technology learning curve, cost of capital, and economics of oil savings. The balance depends squarely on the price of oil in the equation. We have found that the financing of alternative energy may substantially be supported from oil savings. In the interim, there is a need to support the deployment of renewable energy through various incentives. With the need to incentivize alternative energy in the early years of deployment in Saudi Arabia, experience from other countries show that we have a myriad of possible solutions. However, and upon thorough inspection, we arrive at fundamentally 5 key frameworks. In assessing international experience, we believe that competitive procurement and feed-in tariff are perhaps the most relevant to our case. Limiting the development of alternative energy to project development while offsetting the cost through oil saving only is equivalent to importing electricity from abroad. And that is not what CARE is about. We have to factor in the investment in industry, research and development, education, and in human capacity development, which will make the investment in alternative energy sustainable. We also need to account for GDP contribution from introducing the proposed energy mix in a sustainable manner. The introduction of alternative energies to the Saudi energy ecosystem is based on the sustainable needs of our generations as well as of posterity. This decision is made in the present, but it is actually for the future. An essential way of realizing this future is to carefully and smartly localize the value chain of both atomic and renewable energy in Saudi Arabia. This is a path well trodden, but we have to blaze our own. We also have to recognize that localization is a process that takes time, unwavering commitment, and collective work from all stakeholders. Maximizing the benefits of introducing alternative energy requires localization development, which depends highly on local skills and cooperation and joint ventures with foreign vendors. Successful capture of localization, both in China and South Korea, the two countries that are often cited examples in this regard, took more than 2 decades to achieve. In the development of alternative energy economic sector, we will target specific technology niches which will enable us to export the technology. The output from this exercise, for which we have carried out an extensive sensitivity analysis, showed clearly that the sustainable introduction of alternative energy to the Saudi mix has a clear economic benefit in the long term. An undertaking of this magnitude will need a host of enablers. Most importantly, it will require first and foremost a set of robust and suitable financing mechanisms. Next, we need to ensure effective capacity building through focus on education, innovation, training, and research and development. Then we must put in place a comprehensive infrastructure support. And last, we have to enable a stable regulatory and incentive mechanism to foster growth. I would now like to summarize what I have presented to you. First, Saudi Arabia has embarked on a journey to develop and deploy alternative energy as part of the long-term sustainable energy mix of Saudi Arabia. Second, funding the sustainable introduction of alternative energy is proposed to rely on on oil saved by this introduction. This will ensure that while the government would need to invest upfront, the benefit-cost ratio of this introduction would be greater than one in the long term. Third, while economic consideration played a central role in the decision to deploy and develop the alternative energy, other key benefits emerge naturally from this development, including environmental, technical, and social. Fourth, it is clear that the combination of time action and unwavering resolve would enable us to meet future needs in a robust and sustainable manner. Finally, we have embarked on a comprehensive stakeholder engagement process, both locally and internationally, to ensure that we are building on solid foundations of collaborative effort. It took a visionary king to usher in the age of petrochemical industry in Saudi Arabia. It also took a visionary king to usher in the age of alternative energy in Saudi Arabia. The kingdom of energy shall henceforth be known as the kingdom of sustainable energy. Thank you.